love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just look up.
What up, guys? No different approach from last year, from the previous years. Every 4 weeks is where we're going to do a recap. So we just finished week 4. We're almost done with week 5 already. You guys been killing on the game side of things, but this is going to be the week 4 recap. It's going to be very short and sweet. Not going to a lot of details side of things. We'll cover more details at the end of the video, what you should expect in the mid-season video and that nature. But, BJ, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Tired. It's been a crazy week of work.
Yeah, you know, we're getting closer to Labor Day weekend, closer to a new game with 2K coming up. So you have 2 sports games to play, closer to actual college football, not the week 0 games, and actual NFL football kicking off. So, exciting times for that. But anyways, let's move on. We're going to get straight into it today. We're not going to cover it. Updated rule, we talking to commish chat, and I am an example of this. I did break a rule, and I talked to the commission about it of that nature, and we talked about it, and we think, yes, my broken rule is going to stay for that. And everyone get a warning side of things of that nature. If I do it again, you know what I mean? Don't be like me sometimes. Sometimes I'll try to be respectful, but sometimes I get a little ticked off about certain things. But the updated rule is the stat padding scoring rule, okay? Simple as this. If you're up 42 points, the other opponent is not allowed to call timeouts. You should not be calling timeouts when the person is chewing clock and it gets to a 2-minute warning. And the person is taking knees or running the clock out, you should not be taking those timeouts. I know we want to get reps in. However, the person is showing you sportsmanship, you show sportsmanship back by not calling timeouts because they want to end the game and they don't want to run up the score. However, if the person does call timeouts, you're allowed to score again. Simple as that. It's going to be in the description in the updated rule section, so you don't have to write it down from memory in this video. But this, for your awareness, that's what's going to be updated. BJ, your thoughts on that? I know we talked about in the commish chat. That's coming from my point of view. I don't know if you had any different comments about it or in that nature.
We definitely talked about it. I am the type of person where I don't really care about I know why we have the 42-point lead rule, because some people quit and it's just good for the league in general. I'm not that person, so if you're up 42 on me, there's a possibility I might call a timeout. So go ahead, run it up. I don't care. But it is what it is. If they do, keep scoring. Hey, if I were you, if it's me and I'm up by 42 and I'm kneeling and the person I'm going against is calling timeouts, I'm trying to score. I'm trying to get up by 63.
Yeah, so that's pretty much where the rule comes in place. If someone's respecting a time as a sportsmanship, if you're chewing the clock when you're up by 42, you're trying to run the game out of that nature, and people start calling timeouts, then that rule gets tossed out the window. But if you're respecting the clock, the person calling timeouts, as the rule states, you're not allowed to score. But if someone breaks that rule by calling timeouts, then it's free game to score again. So that just make that clear. We'll have a description in the rules section, so please look at that. We'll have a highlight. We'll have it in the bold white text as well, so you can tell where it's at and where the changes have been made for that. Moving along, week 4, starting from franchise, a lot of big trades have been happening. I've been part of some of the trades. As I said in the preseason video, my goal is to have 5 first-round picks. We took that plan, crumbled up with a piece of ball, and threw it away because that plan did not work out in the slightest of ideas. So we went, myself as the Rams, went a different approach for it, but there's a lot of other trades going on, a lot of major running backs on the move, including Josh Jacobs. and Jonathan Taylor. I mean, Jonathan Taylor was let go by the Colts with a third and a 2025 first round pick for Devontae Adams. And right now, Swift is winless right now. Granted, it's a next year first, not this year first. However, if Swift repeats that track record next year, this could be not only a superstar running back signed to a multi-year contract recently, third round pick, it could be a top 10, top 5 first round pick in 2025. This could be a steal of a trade for the Raiders and chalk, but only time to tell. Maybe that Swift figures out what he needs to do on offense. His things start clicking, his things start turning off for next year. But if the track record carries to the next year like this could be a steal of a trade for the Raiders in Las Vegas. Moving along, we got another trade. It actually involves Aaron Donald, the 7-time 99 Club multiple defense players, and arguably could be talked about as the best defense player to ever play the game. That has been mentioned a lot. Got traded for a young receiver from the Detroit Lions, Amara St. Brown, very young guy, still on his rookie contract. This guy signed to another deal, and then a 2024 first round pick from the Lions right now. That, however, was involved in a different trade, which we'll talk later. Actually, we won't talk about this. It's not one of the massive trades we'll talk about in this league, but it was traded away as well. The Rams did use all 3 trades this year. You only allow 3 trades per season, but they used all 3 to rebuild that offense, to make it a very young, skilled core group and very talented as well. But as we said, there's a lot of massive running backs. So who's the other massive running back that got traded? Josh Jacobs. Obviously, Josh Jacobs had to find a new home when Jonathan Taylor came into Oakland. Not Oakland, my correction. Las Vegas. You just got to go back into the old days. Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs got sent to Carolina. And the Panthers traded Amon Barno, a very fast defensive end, very young, talented guy out of Florida State. Derek Brown out of Auburn. Right in, but he fits more of that defensive tackle role, shifting inside. A 2024 second round pick, a 2024 fourth round pick, and another first right now. So as we look at it, if the Raiders need trading another first, Raiders have 3 firsts next year. One that can be very high. This first, however, might be on the low end. Now is one of 2 undefeated teams. We'll cover more about the other undefeated team later. In the league right now with the Panthers. So that first could be more of a late first, but still a first round pick is still a first round pick. And then the last trade that I want to talk about for right now is Justin Fields has been shipped away from Chicago. Chicago said they did not want to rebuild Justin Fields. They said, give me Baker and give me a bunch of picks for it. So what we did was the Rams sent a 2024 first round pick, a 2025 first round pick, and a 2026 first round pick. 3 first round picks and a second round with Baker Mayfield for Justin Fields. The Rams believe Justin Fields could be that quarterback in the future. The Bears did not believe that. They think they can find something in the draft or for free agency, or Baker, who's been shown to have glimpses of highlights in his career when he played for the Cleveland Browns, when he played for the Los Angeles Rams last year. He could just find his home in Chicago and be that spark that the Bears need to win a division.
We did have one more, and that last one is Chris Jones being shipped to the Jags for Josh Allen, as well as Brandon Scherff, and a 3rd round pick. Chiefs looking to solidify that O-line. They lost Orlando Brown last year. Trying to add some pieces along with Josh Allen. And that Chris Jones contract, they're having a holdout in their life right now. So they're probably just looking to not have to pay that, added to the fact of having Kelsey and Mahomes on the books, as well as, probably
Kelsey also getting an age, so he could retire. But, the Chiefs are struggling this year. Chris is struggling with the Chiefs right now, making my prediction look silly right now. So I really hope Chris turns it around and hopefully get back on the right track. So hopefully that can not make me look like a fool when we look at the end of the year recap video. So, but out of these trades, BJ, do you have any biggest surprises? What trades really threw you off? And you say, well, what is this guy thinking? Or you know what? It might seem crazy, but I can understand where he's going with it. Okay.
Well, first of all, this trade here, guys. Y'all got blinded by this trade for some reason. I don't understand why. This is a lot for Justin Fields. I understand it's Justin Fields, and he has some speed and throw power, and this Madden is good with quarterbacks and everything like that. But I got blinded by this. and nobody seemed to catch on the other one. This one is the one. Like, why did this one go through? Is the question. Like, that's what y'all should have been in the chat arguing and fussing about. And I just want to make it known. Don't say BJ did anything. Go look at the trade, and you'll see that BJ put an X by this. Ridiculous. Like, who was the genius? Like, why did he want to give up a superstar receiver, a young superstar receiver on his rookie deal and a first for a guy that might retire at the end of the season? But hey, that's what do I know?
Aaron Donald has 6 TFLs in week 1. I mean, just a pie. Look at that guy. He's that guy. So you know what I'm saying? 99 guy.
Yeah, he's probably staying around for another 2-3 years, but still, I'm just saying. And then he was like in the trade block, like, anybody got a receiver? Well, you have one, but I'm just still like in amazement that nobody said anything about this.
The one I'm confused about, there's a method to the madness, but I'll go back to Chalk. He traded for Jonathan Taylor, but he had Josh Jacobs. Why wouldn't he just keep Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams so you can have both, but you don't need to trade any of his players? But why would you trade for a running back to let your running back go, both knowing it's signed both into a contract?
Honestly, I didn't even realize that.
You know what I'm saying? I get, at the end of the day, it makes sense. Like there's one person I've been in leagues with, and other leagues. I don't order Chalk trades because he has a method to his madness right now.
I guess my thought of it would be is that
he's able to snaggle defensive linemen out of the trade and get multiple first round picks while still maintaining a function of an ability running back at a young age.
I think and also Jonathan Taylor is a lot faster.
No, they're not. He's not that much of a difference, is it? I know Taylor's fast. Like, I know Taylor's fast. I think he's got like 94 speed, 95 speed. But I think Jacobs is like 92.
Really? They get 92 now?
I have no idea. I'm throwing numbers out there. As you know, as we're making this video, Madden has not dropped the Madden companion app, so we don't have Neon, so we literally can't look at half these videos, which sucks because it makes it so much easier to make videos with this. It's 90? Oh, okay. I was completely off. Was Jonathan Taylor 94?
And I'm not sure. I have to look it up.
Oh, sorry. Difference is, I get it why he did it, but it's like, it makes sense. Like, he got a lot of picks out of it, and he got to boost up the defense line. I really didn't need that boosting at Tanner Jones and Max Crosby, but he got to boost up the interior side of things with Derek Brown. So, but hey, another question, Chalk to have F to his madness.
Jonathan Taylor 94.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was right about that one. I was completely wrong about Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, but we are moving on, and we're going to move on to our major surprises. And number one of our major surprises is our number one player in the preseason poll is struggling. And as we're doing this video, he just lost another game to the Jets. And Roa, who was like majority's vote. Like, when I say majority, I'm talking like 90% of the people pretty much put Roa as number one on that list. And he's struggling right now. And this is not I assume that eventually Roa's going to get it together and get back to normal. But it was one of our biggest surprises right now. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, it's interesting to see voted number one multiple polls. Now he's currently at the 2 and 3, which it's very fascinating for that. Because he's still in tied for first place in the division. The division is not him and Chalk are the same record right now. So he easily still won the division. I mean, no question asked. And I think Bro will figure it out. But it's like he traded for Levis. Levis is out for 4 weeks. Obviously, the offense was not working in this game against the Jets. The Jets, he struggled to move the ball outside of things, mostly due to maybe Russell Wilson being at quarterback, not having Levis, that nature. Is it trying to apply 23 to 24 concept side of things? It could be it's Rowe trying to be impressive instead of sticking to what his fundamental game was last year. Is he trying to It's like, did he feel the pressure? Which I don't think it is. I think Rose is in a rough route right now. I think he will figure it out. He did trade for another ability corner, so he has 2 ability corners. I think he will figure it out. It's just a matter of what is he missing right now to execute the results.
Yeah, and that was one of those that I forgot to add to the screen. That trade for
Trey Light. He did get Trey Light. Yeah, it's from the Bills.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't remember whether it's the Bills. He sent over the Bills, but
he traded Jerry Jeudy, Damari Mathis, and a first-round pick for Tre'Davious White.
Yeah, so even if they were first-round pick, Jerry Jeudy, a very young receiver, so it's kind of hard to let that go. But Rowe could develop the receivers. But it's like I said, I think Rowe knows how to figure it out. I think he will figure it out. It's just, when is it? Hopefully, it's not it's sooner than later, but like you said, he has that buffer room to mess around in the division.
Yeah. And Broncos is a harder team.
Oh yeah, it's not your pick team, play team side of things. You got to make some trades work out, and then you got to understand, how do I use my schemes to work. And that brings us to we have 2 undefeated teams right now. 2 different undefeated teams. One in the NFC, which is now the Panthers. He is voted number 2 constantly in a lot of polls. He was in arguably the top 3, top 4, no matter what. And he's showing that with the Panthers. He's got a very young defense. Trading for Josh Jacobs. I'm like, we're not going to be talking about it right now, but obviously when we get to the midseason, we will look at MVP chances and who might be winning, who might be leading MVP votes, who might be a dark horse MVP. But Josh Jacobs has been running wild with him and Bryce Young in that backfield. It's a very deadly combination for the Carolina Panthers. But that defense, very young but very fast, able to cover a lot of ground and basically be glued to these defenders and glued to the offensive players and not get them open. On the other side, basically just played them after this Week 5 game is Wiley with the Ravens. A very fascinating team. Obviously, the quarterback's a lot more effective, which means Lamar's speed is actually very useful. Last year, the 9.6 speed didn't mean anything. You couldn't run out of the pocket to save your life, but you can this year. But it's more what he's been doing, passing the ball in the pocket, be able to make him more of that passer that you want to be with. He's got Mark Andrews, Bateman, Zay Flowers. He's not playing Dobbins. He's playing a rookie running back instead. The defense has been very locked down for him as a nature, and it has helped him to be a 5-0 as we talk about this video. So good things of looking at the AFC North. Also helping my prediction, saying that the winner of the AFC will come out of the AFC North, which is very helpful on my side of things for that. I wish I got some things right. DJ, how do you feel like right now those 2 undefeated teams? Like, obviously you just play the Wiley. You saw a lot of things. You want to see how his passing game is going to work. So I know you got a big return. Kind of took a while to kind of kill the momentum of the game side of things early, making that 14-0 lead. But I mean, you played him. You saw what he was like. You probably know what adjustments you need to make. But is there anything else you want to comment about how he played his game and like what's been one of his biggest success for that reason?
Good user. Doesn't force a lot. I will say that. Like, you're not gonna. I've played him once, I believe, last year, and so like I was really trying to. Didn't really remember how he played, and so he doesn't take a lot of risk. He's gonna take the check downs when they're there. He's not forcing it down the field, and he created a lot of turnovers. Really good user, and we'll see him again. Division rival, play him again last game of the season. Things will be a lot different there. Hopefully TJ can make it a whole season. Missing your best player on the team is kind of rough, but
yeah, TJ Watt was out that game. He is coming back next week. Maybe that makes a big difference later in the season, but we'll find out. Obviously, that's what you love about division games. You might struggle the first one, but however, you might figure answer after the second one. Some other teams, there's a lot of 4-1 teams or 1 loss. Just name a couple of them off. You got Cole with the Vikings. You got the Cardinals. Keeler, he's killing the Cardinals right now in the AFC West. Myself with the Rams, we're also 4-1. You got the Bucks. The Bucks also only have 1 loss in the season as well. Who am I missing? Oh, Brees only has 1 loss in the season. Cam only has 1 loss in the season. Steven only has 1 loss in the season. All the Titans, Ryan only has 1 loss on the season. There are a lot of 1-loss season. If I forgot to mention you and you only have 1 loss, I apologize. I'll try to remember this off the top of my head. The Packers just lost their first game to Chalk. Packers are also 1 loss of the season. So there's a lot of 1-loss teams. Just wish they could go back that 1 game and they'll be undefeated and might even make 1 change. K2's also 1 loss in the season. So a lot of 1-loss teams this season. So it shows that there's a lot of competition out there that's very spread out even as well. As of right now, could be based on who they played at the beginning of the season, schedule side of things. But that's why we didn't do a top 10 in this video. That'll be covered in the mid-season recap video.
Yeah, so you will get a lot of things in that mid-season video. We're going to be looking at that top 10 list. We're going to be looking at as far as like that mid-season, who's looking like they're going to win the major awards we have going on. So MVP, offensive player, defensive player of the year, rookie, all that good stuff. And, we might have some other things to add.
Maybe talking about the 2024 draft class, actually. Maybe you guys bring out your pens and papers talking about what position is strong, what position are weak, what's the draft class looking like. Maybe look at some like, oh no, this might be like a 2017 quarterback class, when you got Josh Allen in that class, you got Lamar Jackson in that class, a lot of strong quarterbacks in that 2017 class. Who knows?
Yeah, I will definitely see who's actually like waited to the end and stayed to this video, but something like D-line might be really interesting.
But you gotta be there because we will not be talking about the draft class until the end of that mid-season video. So you better be taking notes and bring your paper out. Now, if you skip through the video, then you're just cruel and you don't appreciate what we do for the league.
And just also FYI, so that everybody knows, we did a wheel for our draft class, and the wheel determined what level each position was at. Each thing, we only did one very strong, one very weak. Everything's on recording, so nobody can say we did anything.
Exactly.
To cheat.
We didn't cheat anything. We'll release that video when it comes to the draft day after the draft happens, so you guys look at knowing we have the timestamp of when we did it. We didn't change anything for that, but we'll cover more details about the draft in the mid-season video. But other than that, that's it for week 4. Obviously, I know people want to see, what about the rankings? Oh, but nah, too early to predict that in that nature. We want to just make it. I guess it can't be short and sweet. I think it's more like going to be a 20-minute video still. But we got a lot of good stuff to talk about the mid-season report. So we look forward to seeing more highlights at the intro of the video. More of you guys' feedback and comments, side of things of nature. I know there's a lot of gripes about certain positions and certain rules in the league, and I'm just going to tell you, it's not going to change right now. And we don't see it big as a commission. We don't see that big. The only rule change is just a scoring stat pattern rule. That's it. But playing style, position-wise, we don't see a major issue. I think this is probably, as starter Madden, this is probably one of the more balanced games you have in Madden so far. I don't think there's a true meta of what's going on right now. I think BJ would agree with that. So, but
not yet, anyways.
Yeah, not yet. Someone will find it, and then we'll have to address it later. But we won't. Until now, we don't have that. So, guys, appreciate you guys for tuning in, watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. It's not anything of that nature. We look forward to seeing you guys after week 8. We'll be talking about all the mid-season stuff you want to see. Make some juicy feedback comments for that as well. So, BJ, any final words?
Like the video.
Yeah. Like it.
I definitely don't be liking the video. So
yeah, we could tell. We definitely see the likes. There's like 2 likes every time. We see you don't care about us. It's fine. I see how this is. You don't want someone to succeed. You want us to fail.
And the heading of the video is going to be no likes, no videos.
Yeah, there you go. not even the week 4 quarter recap. It's going to be like the video or no more videos. But other than that, appreciate you guys. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
All right, peace, guys.
You're the only one in here. He stopped the run recorded. Ah!